Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
A popular Rockford park is closed after multiple people are shot. Police investigate a certain area. A woman is dead after another shooting in Rockford. What you can do to help bring the gunman to justice. And a local girl runs a lemonade stand. The money will go to a special cause. Good evening, I'm Taylor Castro. Thanks for joining us this evening. A severe patch of thunderstorms are closing in as we start the weekend. Meteorologist Jordan Wolf has been watching them. He joins us now from the First Warn Weather Center.
Yeah, that's right, Taylor. As I mentioned just a moment ago, those severe thunderstorms tracking just to the north of the viewing area right now, some of them having history of producing 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Right now, all of those remain a couple of counties just north of the viewing area, but we are beginning to see some of this back development a little bit further to the south and southwest. That could bring some of those severe thunderstorms into our area within the next couple of hours. Some of that is beginning to work its way in, some velocity also beginning to pick up with some of those storms. So checking out the futurecast here, we are seeing those storms that will begin to work their way in here the next couple of hours. That line really working its way in by the time we get to right around 7 o'clock, so just about an hour from now is when we can expect some of those to be working their way through with the severe potential. After that, we begin to get a little bit more scattered in nature, a couple of isolated, still potentially severe storms that will be working their way in, but not really as severe as the initial line. Lots of rain beginning to work its way in after we get after those storms that will work their way in, continuing through the overnight hours into the early part of tomorrow morning before we finally begin to clear out. Remember, I mentioned before that severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for all of our southern Wisconsin counties and far northern Illinois counties. That goes until 11 p.m. Right now, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings here in effect for the viewing area, but as we get those coming in later on, we'll bring updates here on air as well as on social media and everything else. I'll break down the details on those storms and what's coming next in our forecast a little bit later.
Thanks, Jordan. 2 shootings happened in Rockford less than 12 hours apart. The latest happened overnight in Sinnissippi Park as multiple people are shot. Rockford police were called to an incident on North 2nd Street around 6:15 this morning. Officers said an investigation was ongoing and the public should avoid the area. Police tape was seen marking off areas, including by a picnic area by the park's amphitheater. The park is still closed at this hour. The investigation is still going on and we will bring you any more information if we hear it. We also have an update on last night's shooting. A 25-year-old woman has died. Police crews were first called around 7 last night to a house on Horseman Street. That's near the Fairgrounds Park housing development. Officers then found the 25-year-old suffering from a life-threatening gunshot wound. She was transported to a hospital where she would later die from her injuries. No arrests have been made. If you have any information, call Rockford Police or State Line Area Crime Stoppers. A firefighter received minor injuries after battling a fire on Rockford's west side this morning. Crews were called to Stanley Street just west of Avon Street around 3:30. When they arrived, they found flames coming from the front of a 2-story house. Crews were able to control the fire within 15 minutes. However, a firefighter suffered minor injuries during that time. There was nobody home at the time, and the house owner has yet to be located. The house is at a total loss due to the damage. The fire is still under investigation. The 10th Annual Rock River Robotics off-season competition took place today. The event was held at Rock Valley College PE Center. The competition started at 8:30 and admission was free for the community. 32 teams from Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Wisconsin were there. Teams took 6 weeks to design, build, and test their creations. A member of one of the teams competing says there are a lot of perks in being in the event.
One, it's a great opportunity to meet people and network. It's also an amazing opportunity to learn new skills and definitely a great chance to learn about yourself, about new fields, and a lot more actually. Because honestly, my first time here at our R-Squared event, I actually learned a lot about not just engineering, but also about how wide it extends.
$5,000 in scholarships were handed out. A 6-foot statue will soon be outside Hononegah High School's field house. Artist Kate Fitch shared the process used to create the statue of Hononegah this afternoon at a Meet the Artist event. It's part of Rockton Remembers and J.R. Finally Arts Project. Hononegah is the wife of Stephen Mack Jr., an early settler in the Rockton region. She is depicted as a pregnant woman in the sculpture.
We didn't have an actual photo of Hononegah herself, but we had her direct descendants. And so from that, I was able to collaborate and make the sculpture to represent her.
Those who want to donate to the project can send donations to the Rockton Remembers Hononegah Statue Fund. For more information, check out this story on mystateline.com. A State Line girl holds a lemonade stand to raise money for a good cause. She's doing it for her dad, who was recently diagnosed with cancer. Charlie Sutherland's lemonade stand took place today on Mayfair Place off of Guilford. All of the funds are going towards Joe Sutherland's treatment. He is currently battling stage 4 lung cancer. Residents from the Forest City came and got a drink on this hot summer day. The Rockford Fire Department even stopped by.
I got to be in the fire truck, and I also got to spray the hose.
She hopes to have a lemonade stand every weekend this summer. The Mega Millions grand prize is now up to $790 million after there was no jackpot winner from yesterday's drawing. Lottery officials say this is the nation's 4th largest jackpot in history. There has not been a winner in 3 months. The pre-tax $790 million prize is for the winner who takes the annuity option. The next drawing will be held on Tuesday. There's a growing concern of rising monkeypox cases. The head of the World Health Organization is declaring the outbreak a public health emergency. More than 14,000 cases have been confirmed in more than 70 countries, 2,300 plus in the United States, according to the CDC. 5 deaths, all in Africa. ABC's Phil Lipoff has more on the virus and what you can do to prevent it.
Powerful words from the head of the World Health Organization amid rising cases of monkeypox.
The global monkeypox outbreak represents a public health emergency of international concern.
The declaration of a public health emergency, the first time the head of the UN Health Agency has taken such action. 1 month ago, there were more than 3,000 cases in 74 countries. Since then, the disease has spread, and now there are more than 16,000 cases in 75 countries and 5 deaths. Monkeypox is considered a mild illness. Symptoms which start within 3 weeks of exposure include fever, headache, fatigue, and muscle ache. A rash or lesions occur on the face and then spreads throughout the body. Doctors say it spreads through close contact, mostly through skin-to-skin touching, but can also spread through clothing or respiratory droplets in close range.
For the moment, this is an outbreak that's concentrated among men who have sex with men, especially those with multiple sexual partners. That means that this is an outbreak that can be stopped with the right strategies in the right groups.
However, there is no evidence monkeypox is sexually transmitted, and experts emphasize anyone can become infected. Last week, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says it ordered 2.5 million doses of the vaccine. Federal government expects to have 7 million available by mid-2023. This is the 7th time since 2007 the WHO has declared a public health emergency, according to the National Library of Medicine. The others include the H1N1 influenza of 2009, Ebola outbreak that began in 2013, and the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
Now, your firstborn weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Well, there are currently some strong to severe storms that are working their way close to the viewing area here this evening. Right now, those are moving through parts of central and southern Wisconsin. Some of those have some history of producing some small hail, as well as wind gusts close to 60 or 70 miles per hour. This most recent warning just north of Greene and Rock County just recently got issued, and as storms beginning to work their way a little bit further south now, as opposed to the more west or east to west that they have been going lately. We will continue to see that working its way in here over the next couple of hours as they continue to move closer to the viewing area. So a little bit of a closer look here, now moving into parts of close to Dodgeville, Madison, beginning to work their way a little bit further south now. We are still under that severe thunderstorm watch for almost the entire part of our northern viewing area. That's all of our northern Illinois counties, as well as all of southern Wisconsin. That lasts until 11 p.m. tonight. So we could see some of those severe thunderstorms that are working their way through. The main focus right now is on that main line coming through. After that, we do see some potentially scattered thunderstorms working their way in later on tonight. So those storm predictions Prediction Center outlook does have a level 2 out of 5 risk for most of us across the area. A little bit of a higher risk a little bit further north that you get a level 3 enhanced risk. That's where there's a little bit higher confidence that some of these storms will continue to work through as they are right now. The further and further south you get, there's a little bit less confidence as far as how long these storms will hold on to their strength. But right now we can time all these out in Futurecast. What we're looking at right now is this kind of bow cluster of storms and working its way through over the next couple of hours, remaining a little bit strong as we get close to 7, 8 o'clock as they continue to work their way through the state line. After that, we get a little bit more of that scattered nature of storms, as I was mentioning before. Those could still hold on to the potential for some severe weather, but a little bit lower in confidence than the initial line of storms that we're currently tracking. Those, as they work their way out, become a lot more widespread rain showers. These a little bit less on the severe scale, but still could produce some torrential rainfall in some areas that have already seen a lot of rain from earlier yet last night, as well as early this morning with all the thunderstorms and rain showers that we had already. So there could be a little bit of a flooding risk with some of these storms as they work their way in, especially into early tomorrow morning. We hold on to some of those showers through the early part of tomorrow morning before they finally clear out. So currently today we are seeing temperatures right in the upper 80s, upper 70s, low 80s, I should say. It's 82 in Rockford, still holding on to cloudier conditions. Some sunshine notice in some of those areas where we aren't quite seeing those thunderstorms working in just yet. But as I mentioned before, those thunderstorms working their way through tomorrow morning, we hold on to some of those heavier rain showers that could produce a little bit more of a flooding risk. Beyond that, we actually clear out quite a bit. We see quite a bit of clearing conditions as well as calmer conditions and cooler temperatures. Tomorrow we're only into the mid 80s as opposed to making into the upper 80s for a lot of us, or even low 90s for the day today. We hold on to those clear skies all the way through into Monday and all the way beyond that as well. A secondary cold front comes through later on this week. It also helps to bring our temperatures down a bit. So here's what we're looking at right now. This cold front, this system generated by this trough in the jet stream, that's going to bring a cold front early tomorrow morning. That's going to cool our temperatures down and give us a little bit more of a northwest flow. That continues to be the case for the next couple of days as high pressure moves through. Another trough brings another system there for the middle part of the week. That keeps our temperatures relatively moderated beyond the weekend. So we're going to be 85 tomorrow, 81, 83 for the next couple of days, a little bit warmer for Wednesday, but beyond that, we actually cool down quite a bit. Our temperatures remain in the 80s all the way through that. That's typically the case still beyond this as well. The Climate Prediction Center outlook does have us a little bit cool for the first couple of in a while that we've seen that, but the next 6 to 10 days keeping us a little bit cooler than we otherwise would have been. So recapping all of this, we are still seeing the potential for some severe thunderstorms here later on tonight. Temperatures 72 degrees for the low. Earlier in the evening, that's when we're more so focused on the potential for that severe weather. As we get later on into the night, becoming a little bit more scattered in nature, but still something we want to remain weather aware about the rest of this evening and in the early part of tomorrow. We do see some thunderstorms working in for tomorrow morning, but we get some clearing late, and that actually brings our temperatures back up just a little bit with plenty of sunshine back up into the mid 80s. So our 7-day forecast is actually looking a little bit cooler after the weekend. We still hold on to that chance for showers and maybe a couple thunderstorms early tomorrow, but we're in the 80s all the way through this week. So our next chance for rain coming on Wednesday, a lot cooler and even some sunshine, Taylor, as we get into the back half of next week and next weekend.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
White Sox finished the first of two earlier today with the Guardians. They needed a win in yet another crucial series. But luck would not have it that way. Tristan McKenzie hasn't allowed a run in his last 21 innings on the mound until this one from Yaz Grandel. In his first game back off the IL, White Sox lead 1-0. Game tied at 1 in the fifth. Ahmed Rosario punches one to right field. Two runners will find home. Guardians have the lead by 2. White Sox down 4-2 in the seventh. Yoan Moncada drills one to deep left center into the gap of Eli Morgan. It one-hops and Josh Harrison scores. White Sox cut the lead to 1. Andrew Vaughn would get things tied up, but then comes pinch hitter Josh Naylor in the 9th, and he would beat the White Sox with that single. White Sox dropped the first today 7-4.
It's just a tough loss. You watched it, get behind. John battled out of some rallies, and one he couldn't avoid, and we come back and tie it. It's a tough loss. We're defending it better, but that's one of the things they do. They're aggressive on the bases and keep them off the base. It's the best thing.
Sox will have another chance tonight in the second of this doubleheader, and that's just getting started. You can watch that game over on Fox 39. Cubs keep things rolling in Philly today in the second of this series. Here's Nico Horner with a solo home run in the beginning. He drills that one off of Zach Wheeler, and the Cubs are still leading 1-0 in the fifth. As of today, the Cubs have officially signed 8 of their first 10 selections from the 2022 player draft. This would include first-round pick right-handed pitcher Cade Horton. He signed a $4.45 million bonus this past season at Oklahoma. Horton went 5-2 with a .426 ERA in 14 games. He missed the 2021 season due to injury. Other names signed today include shortstop Christopher Passiola and right-handed pitchers Brandon Birdsell, Will Fritch, Nick Hull, Mason McGuire, Connor Nolan, and Brady Magola. The Bears report to training camp on Tuesday, but new addition Dakota Dozier won't be there. He recently underwent season-ending surgery to repair a torn ACL. Dozier was carted off the field during the Bears' first day of mandatory minicamp last month. The Bears placed him on the injured reserve. He had been playing left guard with the second-team offensive line during minicamp. Dozier signed a one-year contract with the Bears in free agency after 3 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings. And one former Big Ten standout is taking his talents from the field to the sidelines. The former Ohio State quarterback J.T. Barrett is moving into the big leagues. But as a coach, 2 years after his playing career ended, the Detroit Lions hire him as an offensive assistant. Barrett is best known for his success at the college level as a Buckeye, but it would seem the narrative is changing.
We are tracking some severe thunderstorms that are still currently moving through the area. They are currently working a little bit more to the southeast compared to a west to east that they were moving earlier. So we are still watching those for a little bit more redevelopment behind the initial line. Some of those thunderstorms just north of the viewing area with some severe thunderstorm warnings have produced wind gusts up to 60, even close to 70 miles per hour in a couple of areas. The Forced Burn interactive radar from Rockford, Auto Glass, and more continuing to show those thunderstorms now working into the area. 7-day forecast after we get beyond this, all these thunderstorms we're currently dealing with, we still have to deal with some pretty heavy rainfall the rest of tonight and into the early part of tomorrow morning. Temperatures after that would clear out. Temperatures are quick to rebound back up into the mid 80s. We're into the low 80s for the next couple days after a cold front. Our next chance for rain coming on Wednesday. We're sunny all the way through into next weekend.
Thanks, Jordan, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10.